Well done. I'm so sorry. No, it's okay. Yes.
I have no words to add. Massey's powerful appeal speaks for itself. I will now give the floor to Pedro Uruchurtu from Venezuela.
Well, thank you. First of all, my solidarity. Thank you for your courage as the Iranian people, and of course, the Belarusians, the Russians, the Cubans, the Nicaraguans, the Venezuelans, of course. This is the kind of things we have to do, put together with people and speak up for them. So thank you. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies, authorities, distinguished members of the international community, human rights defenders, civil society activists, and members of the press. Venezuela is once again at the center of global attention. After the capture of the narco-terrorist Nicolás Maduro on January 3rd, thanks to a flawless military operation led by the United States, many have asked me whether this marks the end of the criminal regime in Venezuela. And my answer is yes. I have no doubt about it. Since that day, a clear message has also been sent to what remains of the regime, of the criminal regime. They are not untouchable, they are not immune, and there is now a credible threat. For years, we warned that without a credible threat, it would be impossible for a regime that maintains itself by force to voluntarily leave power. Only force stops those who use force to remain in power. Reaching this turning point was hard. There was many years of pain, sacrifice, and fear, but also years of struggle, determination, and commitment. But we are not naive. The criminal cartel remains in power in Venezuela and continues to carry out brutal repression and persecution with nearly 800 political prisoners that remain unjustly behind bars. There is a repressive machinery of which thousands of us have been victims. My own story, which I have brought to the Geneva Summit this year, is just one of many that make up a system of terror that knows the only thing it has left is fear. It was more than 400 days inside an embassy that became a prison before the eyes of the world, in which hostage diplomacy was combined with the blatant violation of international law, while many who today claim to be concerned about its validity did not seem to believe that the permanent siege of a diplomatic mission with long guns surrounded by police threatening to break in without electricity for more than 5 months, denied access to food and water, forced to use contaminated pool water, and so many other abuses, was truly that serious. What was our crime, for which we were and continue to be treated like terrorists? Having run a campaign and having won an election in 2024? Yes, that was our crime. Working with Maria Corina and President-elect Edmundo González and other political forces and political allies. All the people related to the campaign before, during, or after the election were sent to prison, forced to exile, or pushed into hiding. As I said on June 27 before the UN Human Rights Council in Geneva, today I'm here despite the Venezuelan state and not thanks to it, because if it were up to them, my colleagues and I would be disappeared or dead. International law is supposed to protect people like us. It should not be a shield for regimes to attack their own people. Diplomacy and international law are not useless, but their rules have not been effective in confronting criminal authoritarian regimes. And that is a great reflection we must make. How much longer are we going to arrive late to situations that demand early attention and action? What do we do when before the eyes of the world an embassy becomes a prison as a show of power by a criminal regime, while outside torture centers there are mothers and relatives on hunger strike demanding proof of life and freedom for their loved ones who are unjustly imprisoned? What is the role of the diplomatic community? We should be there accompanying them on the ground as they were not with us. Responding in time and effectively is, in many cases, still a pending task of the system and its rules. But our escape proved that the regime is not perfect. They are divided. There are cracks. Without that and without the international support, we would not have escaped. I want to especially thank the US government for their leadership in our rescue, the Argentine government for its protection, and all the courageous people that risked their lives to help us. As we speak, repression in Venezuela has not stopped, and it's clear to us that there is no transition while repression exists. While persecuted political exiles cannot return with full guarantees, while freedom of expression is not a reality, and while the apparatus of terror is not dismantled. Today, I'm forced into exile like many others, and I understand something very clearly. You are never truly free until your country is free. That is why we are working harder than ever, because Maduro is gone, but Venezuela is not liberated yet. I want to recognize the brave Venezuelan people and every political prisoner who has been released, and those who are still in jail, as well as their families, especially those who today are on hunger strike in Zona 7 in Caracas, demanding freedom. I call for the total, immediate, and unconditional release of all political prisoners and the closure of all the torture and detention centers. I'm optimistic about our future because I trust our people in the present. Venezuela will be free, and that is why we'll keep fighting until the very end. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pedro. We will now give the floor to Marzia Hamidi, a Taekwondo athlete and advocate for women's rights.